plan anything at all. I don't even know if I really have to prepare a $50 gift. Just the location was decided. The rest was left up in the air. As time passed, Christmas drew closer and closer. Though it was supposed to be a fun plan, I found myself not wanting the day to arrive. Still, since the venue was my place, I had to prepare to some extent. It was in the middle of my dilemma when Kennedy approached me while I was checking the mail on the ground floor of the apartment. "Hello, Jackie. I'm glad we bumped into each other. I was just about to head over. Can I intrude for a bit?" To my place? That's right. Since we have the Christmas party coming up, I thought I would scout out the inside of your house. You know me. I like to be well prepared for everything. It seems like she considered people's homes as some kind of facility. Kennedy seems to take my silence as some sort of approval. Strangely enough. "Thank you. Let's go now. They say haste makes waste, you know." I couldn't refuse once it came to this. I reluctantly decided to lead her into my home. As soon as we entered, Kennedy looked around. I hadn't expected it, so I hadn't tied it up much. She walked around, her eyes scanning like her mother-in-law. What caught her eye was the table in the living room. "Is this the only table you have? This is too small, isn't it? You should buy a new one." I'm thinking of avoiding the table on the day and laying out a picnic seat on the floor for eating. Anyway, this way everyone can sit, so I don't plan on buying a big table. That's not it. It's not that you don't plan to buy. It's that you can't buy, right? It would be less humiliating if you were clear about that. Kennedy said with a mean look. I responded with a forced smile as usual. "Oh, by the way, I bought a souvenir for you, Jackie. It's some really high-quality tea leaves. You always say to bring something like this when visiting, right? I'm really grateful to have such a reliable husband." As she bragged about her husband, Kennedy headed to the kitchen. She started boiling water without my permission. All the while, she complained every time she opened her mouth. "Is this the only teacup available here? It's such a waste to bring good tea like this. We should replace not only the table, but also the teacups. It's embarrassing to show something like this to people." The teacups are my preference, so I'd appreciate it if you could just leave them alone. Kennedy then looks toward the back of the kitchen. "Only this room has a closed door, huh? What's inside?" "There are important things in there." "Important things? Like money or something? I wonder if there are treasures or valuables kept inside." Without waiting for my words, she entered the room. Seeing what was inside, Kennedy showed a surprised expression. "What's this? There's only a piano here. Is this something important?" "Yes, it is. Actually, this piano is quite valuable." "Oh, whatever. I don't need you boasting about your knowledge. I was expecting something more impressive. I'm disappointed now." "Well, it's your house, so I guess that's how it is. It's probably not that big of a deal." Without even glancing at me, Kennedy returned to the kitchen. She's always boasting about her husband, but can't stand it when others do. It's disheartening to hear her say that about something important to me like the piano. Since the water seems to have boiled, I returned to the living room and decided to have tea with Kennedy. However, she just watched me and didn't make any move to drink herself. "Aren't you going to drink? It will get cold if you don't." "I wanted you, Jackie, to have it first since it's warm. Come on, Drink up quickly. All right, then I will go ahead and drink it. Kennedy's stare got the better of me, and I took a sip of my tea. The next moment, I felt a strong bitter taste and coughed loudly. Oh my! Choking like that is so rude. I brought you all this tea. Don't you think it's disrespectful? What's with this tea? It's incredibly bitter. Haven't you heard the blue tea before? It's really good for your health. So I wanted you, Jackie, to drink it. Your husband's earnings are low, so you're tired from working part-time every day, right? That's why I wanted to relax. By the way, I chose a tea that's been steeped for quite a long time, so I think it has some bitterness. But it's good for your health. I instinctively rushed to the kitchen and gulped down some water. No matter how much I drank, the bitterness wouldn't go away. Kennedy's intention must have been this. After about 5 minutes, when the bitterness finally subsided, I returned to the living room. But Kennedy was nowhere to be seen. Suddenly, I noticed that the piano room I had shown her earlier was open. Kennedy? What are you doing? I burst through the door and found Kennedy pouring the tea she had all over the piano. What's on earth? Don't just suddenly shout like that. I hurried over to the piano. The tea had been spilled all over it. As I stood there in dismay, Kennedy spoke up. There's no need to be so down about it. Anyway, it's probably just a cheap one, so I will buy it from you. Oh, it might be expensive for you, Jackie. How much are you asking for it? Instruments like this aren't worth much anyway. I no longer felt worried about being ostracized for defying her. Or rather, I couldn't afford to care anymore. I decided to tell Kennedy the price. Understood. If you want to buy it, it will be $3 million. Excuse me? Kennedy said, eyes wide. That's no way the piano costs that much, right? If you're going to lie, at least make it believable. It's not a lie. Haven't you seen the person in the photo over there before? Of course I have. It's obvious. She's a world-famous pianist, currently doing lectures overseas. So you're familiar with her. Actually, the person in is my mother. This piano is a precious gift from her. So do you understand why it's priced at $3 million? Kennedy's face quickly turned pale. You do have the same name, but parent and child? You never mentioned anything like that. I was never asked. I don't like bragging about family like you do. Still doubtful? I can call right now. What do you say? Perhaps as Kennedy thought more, the pieces fit, leaving her silent and with her head down. Was it so shocking that she couldn't even respond when spoken to? This conversation wasn't going anywhere as it was. With no other choice, I decided to call Kennedy's husband Jake. I knew his number from the kindergarten contacts. He said he would come right away when I called. 30 minutes later, Jake rushed over. Kennedy, who seems to understand the situation, inexplicably regained her composure at the sight of her husband. Did you come all this way? Jackie's just being dramatic. I'm sorry for bothering you, even though you're busy. Let's talk about compensation later, since you've been inconvenienced.
Is it true you intentionally poured tea on the expensive piano? And it seems you said you'd buy it.
I never said such a thing. Spilling the tea was just an accident. So there's no need to apologize or buy anything. Jackie, you keep lying, and it's really frustrating. I need to report this properly to the kindergarten. I'm dismayed by Kennedy's continued resistance. It seems that I was right to have set it up in advance. All right, in that case, listen to this. I took out the recording device in front of both of them. The recording clearly captured Kennedy insisting on buying the piano. Feeling suspicious after being forced to drink overly bitter tea, I had the recorder prepared in advance. I never expected it to come in handy here. So, what's the deal? You clearly said you would buy it, didn't you? And what was this attitude? Is this how you always are? Kennedy remained silent, hanging her head. With this much evidence, there's no room for excuses. And so, I succeeded in breaking Kennedy's spirit. In the end, the piano had to be repaired. It's different from just breaking something small. She was the one who said she would pay. Let's make sure she compensates properly. Kennedy seems to be living a modest life now, falling from her lavish lifestyle. Since she's the one paying for all the repair costs, it seems she's decided to work. But with her personality, she may not fit in well. Perhaps she realized the difficulty of work, as she no longer boasts about her husband like she used to. I heard she's back at her parents' house, cooling her head. He said he won't meet with her until she reflects properly. Divorce is also being considered. Despite everything, I decided to hold a Christmas party. I wanted to deepen my friendships with other moms. As a result, the Christmas party was a great success. The gift exchange, initially set at $50 by Kennedy, was changed to $3. The kids seems to enjoy it a lot. I'd like to do it again next year with the same group.